Now let's talk about the second topic, which is intersection of sets. Okay, what do you mean by intersection? Intersection is basically if there are if this is line A, consider this as a set A, and there is another line set B. So the intersection of these two lines is this point. Okay, so point basically shows the location of, it shows the address of this point. A point shows a location, the place of a location. So what I mean to say is, if there are two sets and you have some common elements, because sets are basically nothing but a group of elements. So if there are common elements in the sets that you are considering, or the sets in view right now, then the common elements become the intersection. For example, if I take A and I give them, I have this A which has got a set of natural numbers 1, 2, 5, 7 and 8, and I have another set which is a set of natural numbers from 1 to 3. Okay, so looking at both of these, you will get to know that 1 and 2 are the common elements in both of them. They are not subsets of each other. They are not related in any way other than they form an intersection. When I say intersection, I mean there are common elements in both of these sets. The common elements of both of these sets form the intersection for these sets. The symbol of intersection is an inverse of U. If I have to find out the intersection of two sets A and B which are given above, the elements, the set that gets formed with this is 1 and 2. So this is the intersection of sets. There are other properties associated with it. Let's continue understanding those. Now, before we go on to understanding the properties of intersection of sets, let's look at another very interesting property of sets, which is disjoint sets. Disjoint. So by this word you would get to know that this is a disjoint set. It is not a joined, it's not a combined set. So let me give you an example of this. Let me write it down here. So I'll just point the arrow over here. Okay. So if there is a set A and I have a set of elements in them, okay, I have a set of natural whole numbers. Okay, we'll take whole numbers here, a set of whole numbers from 1 to 0 to, or say 6. Not in the straight order, just we'll make a set of A which has a set of numbers in them. Let's call them 0, 1, 4 and 6. And now I have another set which has 2, 3, 5 and 7. Now you can clearly notice that they have absolutely no common elements in them. Absolutely no common elements in them. In such a case, it's called a disjoint set. And what it returns, so when I intersect A intersection B, when I intersect these two sets, I return a null or empty set. This is a very interesting thing to note, where two sets have no elements in common, it returns an empty or a null set. This is exactly opposite to intersection, where they have some elements in common, and a disjoint set has absolutely nothing in common and returns an empty set. Okay, now let's go on to the other video where we will try to understand the properties associated with intersection of sets.